improvising is such a broad subject. I think it's on a real gut level, I consider myself a very melodically driven person. Now, that doesn't mean, when I say that, I don't mean it's just like somebody who plays pretty melodies. When I think of like melodic improvisation, I think about like clear statements and ideas that develop. So those are the kind of improvisers that I really respond to. And I think there's two types of languages, sort of, if you think about it. You have idiosyncratic language, something that's real specific to your instrument. Saxophones can do certain things, trumpets can do certain things, basses can do certain things that other instruments can't do. And that's cool, except I'm much more interested in what I consider universal language. So the kind of thing that anybody could play on any instrument and it would be as strong and effective. I do think you want to exploit the instrument that you're playing, but inside that should be something pretty universal. Trying to figure out what makes a melody great or sublime, whatever. That's a tricky topic. And I think certain melodies sound great on their own. Other melodies sound great in context. So I think we have to already identify what aspect of melody are we using to make the statement. So what I mean by that is, if you took a Cole Porter song on its own, right? And if I sang something that was like da 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 da, it's not, you'd be like, that's a terrible melody. And it's like, but in the context of everything, with the harmony and the beat and stuff like that, they're wonderful. And actually, I sang it in a stupid way. But my point being, he has lots of slow moving melodies where the harmony is doing the work for the melody. You have other things where melodies are doing all this work and the harmony can be very static. That's cool too. So I think when you're improvising, especially if we're thinking about melodic improvisation, there's two ways to approach this, where you can play something that might be very, very simple, but the harmony will do the work to make that much more interesting. And in fact, you can do something that's very repetitious, or you're using the same kind of sounds, and then let all the harmony around it. I think of like Wayne Shorter's music that way, where he's got so much unusual harmony moving around, but inside those, he usually has some very basic chord progression that's inside there, or some melodic device, something like a pentatonic scale that can be used over this longer phrase. So you can be doing something that's relatively simple and the harmony is doing all this great work. You just have to find those things, And I think of, great examples of Beethoven and stuff, where it's the harmony that's doing all the work. You could think of the Moonlight Sonata, or there's the slow movement of Beethoven's, Seventh Symphony and stuff, where it's just like dun, 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 bum, dum. And it's like, but that's not what's doing the work. It's the chorale aspect around it that's making the melody unbelievable. This has been Joe Policastro for Player to Player. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe.